guys, how are all the eyes doing out there? Today I already got started. This is a Ital Vital food video. Greetings to all eye and eyes. We are making a lentil stew today. So the lentils are already on the stove cooking. Then we're making some sauteed arugula with some collards in there. For our lentil stew, we're going to have some zucchini, half a zucchini, half a squash, some eggplant, purple onion, purple cabbage. Well, actually, this purple cabbage and purple onion is going to go into our sauteed greens, and then we're going to put tomatoes and garlic and some bell peppers, some chopped up bell peppers, 3 different types of bell peppers, onions, and yeah, so all of this is going to go into our lentil stew. This is a hearty meal. All of this right here that I have on the table, we're going to be making our green juice out of. So I'm preparing our green juice and lentil stew. So a green juice or smoothie and our lentil stew. I really don't supposed to be cooking for real. I really supposed to just be having some stuff that's raw. This is my fasting time period, so nothing fried, nothing greasy. So this is going to go into our sauteed greens right along with some tomatoes. We're going to put inside of our, we're just going to put half of tomatoes because the rest of the tomatoes is going to go in our stew. So this half tomato is going to go in our sauteed greens. So let's put this in our sauteed greens and then chop everything else up and put it in our stew. Alright, let's bring everything else and give it a chop, a nice big chop to put in our stew. The zucchini for our stew. So it's going to be chopped up real fine. So another thing that you can do is chop up all of the vegetables and blend it up in a sauce and put it over the lentils. But for this particular one, I want to do this. I want to see the vegetables inside of my stew. So, but if Egypt don't eat it, I'm going to do it next time. I'm going to blend up everything if she don't eat it like this. So we're just testing the waters out on it. Alright, now let's put this inside of the stew because my chopping board is not that big. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this inside of the stew. Alright, now let's chop up eggplant. Real nice and fine. Real diced up fine and nice. Alright, my body is telling me that I need to sit down. So this is like a quick little meal that you can prepare moon of the mooniverse when you're on your moon cycle. You can prepare lentil stew with some sauteed greens and a green juice on the side. That's what we're doing today. Chopping up all of the veggies real nice and small so we don't have to be doing that much chewing. So we don't have to do that much breaking down in our body. So we want to chop everything down real small so it can be easy to digest. Let's chop up some yellow squash. This is a real hearty meal, full of protein meal. Full of good things for us, y'all. Full of good things for us. They're falling down because of this chopping board is not that big. So we can only really chop up a little as we can for our lentil stew. Now I'm not using veggie broth, I'm just using spring water. Spring water and seasonings. We're not going to use any broths or anything like that. We're just chopping it up real fine. See? This is our eggplant and squash. Eggplant and squash. We got some garlic. So let's go ahead and put this garlic in there. We got garlic. For our lentil stew. Make sure everything's chopped up real fine. Chop it up so they can think that it's potatoes or something. You know, they love potatoes and stuff, so let's trick them. Let's trick these kids to hey, these potatoes, but it's really nice. Squash and eggplant. Alright, y'all, I put all of the veggies and everything in our lentil stew. As you can see, it's barely... It's like, where are the lentils at? But the lentils are at the bottom. They are at the bottom, y'all. So, I guess this is gonna be slightly for me. I'm gonna cook Egypt some quinoa on the side, because I already know she's gonna be having a fit. So I didn't really chop up everything well in here. I added some coconut aminos to the saute mixture. Alright, so now we're just waiting for our lentils to cook all the way down. Alright, we're going to add some cumin. We're going to put some paprika. We'll put some Italian seasoning on our... a dash of salt in there. Just a dash. Sauce just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're going to stir in our seasonings. We're going to put a lid over this. Some of this is not even... Alright, we're gonna... Alright, so this is our sauteed greens that's cooking. And then our lentil stew. Smells good. Smells delicious. So this is going at the end of my lentil stew video. So yeah. And it's also going by itself. So we rinsed all of our greens that we're going to be having. So we're having some cucumbers again. This time we're adding some celery. What other things is new? We're adding some parsley. Again, that's not really new, but the other new things that we're adding is some pumpkin seeds. So pumpkin seeds, celery, and we're going to be having some soursop in there too. So we have some soursop, and as the liquid base, instead of putting like water, we have some soursop juice that we're going to put in there, and some pumpkin seeds and celery. Everything else is what we put in our last green juice. So check that last green juice out too, and make that one and make this one. So yeah, let's get started. Let's cut all the skin off of our fruit. So we're making us another green juice. We're also adding some sea moss to this too. So we have some sea moss gel already made up. that we're going to be adding to this. While our lentil stew is cooking, we're going to be having this drink with it as well. So this green juice with it. So I'm excited about that. So we're using 2 cucumbers, probably 2 apples, 2 kiwis, 2 stalks of celery. So let me know in the comments if y'all made that last green juice. That green juice was really, really, really good. This is probably going to be like a smoothie. I'm not going to strain it out or nothing. So this is just going to be a smoothie, green smoothie. So we're going to put our pumpkin seeds in there at the bottom. Alright, so we got our celery stalks. These green leaves are really, really good to have in there. I really don't be getting celery like that, but you know, I read up on it and stuff, and then I seen Dr. Yaki Awakening talking about celery, and I'm like, really? You be using celery? So I know he did his research, so he don't just be regurgitating information and stuff. So I really trust Dr. Yaki Awakening. So I'm putting some celery in there. Let's put some more. And you can eat celery raw, though. I like it in a smoothie or in a juice. I really don't care for celery like that. So we're going to do the best we can and make a juice out of it. If it's too thick, I'm just going to... So I'm putting 1 of everything in there because I might have to do 2. Yeah, that kiwi sour. I thought it was going to be sweet, but... I'm going to put 2 kiwis in there. 1 apple, because I think that's going to suffice. Alright, I put 1 cucumber already. So I'm trying to put it all even. Yeah, I'm like, let me run this green juice back because I'm on my cycle. So this is like my fasting time. I don't eat nothing fried. I don't eat no starch, no fried foods or nothing. I really really be trying to do smoothies and juices. But my womb was like, I want a lentil soup today. So I'm like, okay, let's do a lentil soup. Because really, I wasn't going to do nothing. But saute me some green. I'm gonna put 2 apples in there. I'm gonna put this parsley in there, fresh parsley. Then I got dried out parsley. So we got some fresh parsley from the garden. We're gonna put that in there. The apple's yummy. It really is. I love me some green apples. And the green ones is really cleansing too.
I want green ones too.
The ones that's not sweet.
I want green apples.
Yeah, I'm making the juice out of it. I'm making a smoothie out of it.
Like smoothie?
Here. You want to come and eat the fruit. And I'm like, I'm making a smoothie out of it. This is going to be a juice, a green juice for us. I'm taking the seeds out. I'm putting some sea moss in there as well. Some sea moss, some spirulina, some stuff from the ocean. You know, we gotta have that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of sea moss at the top. That's a little bit too much. Alright. So let's go to our supplements. Spirulina. I'll put some spirulina in there. Hemp seeds. Alright. And moringa powder. Put in moringa. Some moringa powder in there. Alright, and we got some fresh soursop juice from the farmer's market. I'm going to add that soursop juice in there. Soursop juice is very antioxidant. Alright, let's give it a blend. Alright, we might just leave this, go ahead and leave this as a smoothie. I'm not going to strain it out or nothing. Oh yeah, we're definitely using this as a smoothie. Uh-oh. CJ's Therapeutic Touch Smoothies. Now you want the smoothie too?
Yes.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's smooth. That's smooth. I can taste the celery right off the bat. Yeah, I can definitely taste the celery. The pumpkin seeds making it thick. So everything is smooth, nothing's crunchy. I don't have to chew nothing. So yeah, I like that. This was a good one. Y'all make y'all some smoothies, make y'all some juices, make y'all a smoothie bowl. Instead of white rice or basmati rice or whatever, I'm putting some white quinoa. Now I already have a tricolor quinoa cooking right now for Egypt, but look at her. I'm using some of her quinoa for the lentil stew. So let's just put some quinoa in there. It's not going to take long to cook. Our sauteed greens is finished. You see, I'm just going to spread some quinoa in there. We're going to mix this around really good. So this is our lentil stew. We just added some quinoa to cook while everything is binding together, because I didn't want to overcook the quinoa. So the quinoa is the last thing we're putting in. So yeah, so it can be quinoa, lentils, veggies. So this is our lentil stew, y'all. Quinoa. And also, while that's cooking, this is her tri-colored quinoa. I like to get Egypt her tri-colored quinoa, so this is cooking as well, just in case she don't gravitate to our stew, she can get her tri-colored. All right, y'all, our lentil stew is ready. I'm about to go ahead and fix our plates. So first I'm gonna put some sauteed greens down. This is just arugula and some collards and some red cabbage. It's alright. Let's pair it. Let's put our lentil stew on top. Yes, to our lentil stew, y'all. Alright, that's my plate. Alright, let's fix Egypt's plate. Since she's sneaking in. Alright, we're just gonna get her some lentils. And her quinoa. And then we're gonna pair it with some of her seaweed chips. So pair it with some of her seaweed chips so she can make a wrap or whatever she can make a wrap. This is a lentil stew with our green smoothie. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Got the green smoothie. Ashe. Green smoothie with our lentil stew. Let's dig in. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Give thanks and gratitude to the Most High's divine eye.